What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And my good friend X-Ray, I'm still in a hotel room. I don't know if I'm ever going to see my home again the way this year's been going, but I appreciate my friend X-Wing. I always ask him, like, you want to do one more Kenobi run, baby? One more video
It's
on
always at the
Kenobi?
11th hour, too. You never ask me like a day ahead. It's like 2 hours before it's got to be like, you free? I'm like, I guess.
Well, if you're gonna be with me for Andor, we'll make sure we plan those out accordingly. I'd love to do Andor with you, buddy.
It's
But
gonna be a
we'll see
ride.
how you feel after this because Obi-Wan, that's your crown jewel, man. Obi-Wan is your guy. That is your Star Wars. For me, it was Anakin. Anakin and Luke, the kind of tie-in with those two. So, but Obi-Wan was your guy, correct?
Well, I mean, it's kind of weird, right? Because, Anakin is everybody for the prequel babies. Luke is everybody for the original trilogy. I love the entirety of the spectrum of Star Wars for the most part. So, Obi-Wan was kind of somebody that was there from start to finish. So when you want to talk about a really important legacy character, he is the boilerplate Jedi for Star Wars.
Hey, he's up there.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk a little bit about Obi-Wan and just I'm gonna get X-Wing's perspective. Has Lucasfilm destroyed Obi-Wan? And the reason why we bring this up is because there's a book that just was released today about like a prequel to Obi-Wan. And there's a lot of talk. And we're gonna spoil the book. So if you don't want to know the spoilers of the book, I'm gonna spoil the book. There's more to it, but we're gonna go right into the hot button topic, which is Obi-Wan is now bisexual. Apparently, he's bisexual. So right here is from Star Wars Queer Watch. This is
What?
Star Wars Queer Watch is a dedicated Star Wars Twitter account that counts the number of LGBTQ people in Star Wars.
You're bored.
I'm not. And I'll show you how
Not
official.
you. I'm talking about this
I will show
stuff.
you how official this account is when people from Star Wars responds to it on a regular basis. So right here. So the rumor is that Obi-Wan Kenobi is bisexual. There was a small part in this Padawan book where he was questioning kissing and whatever. During his early years, the college years, maybe, we're all trying to feel ourselves. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't use that term, but
It didn't happen for me, but
experiment. All right, whatever. Obi-Wan's story in Padawan, out July 26th, which is today, is one of self-discovery in a cute, relatable scene in which Obi tries to figure out his attraction. Any gender goes, but he's not sure if romance is for him at all. No clear label, but definitely on the bi or asexual spectrum. Go on again to say, among the queer kids Obi-Wan meets, their leader, I don't know how to pronounce that name, Aji, I guess.
ouch, ouch.
Ouch, that could be it. Her non-binary shape-shifting partner, Zabri, Al's brother Castle, who's down to experiment with Obi-Wan. This is all in the book.
He was super down to experiment. Yeah.
And Mem, a girl who's not down for romance or attraction at all. Queerness in this book feels very casual, and I love it. Yeah, the experimental part, let me just explain to the audience. There was I guess this person, the brother, who thought Obi-Wan was cute, I guess, was like, hey, if you're
Castle.
if you're
Yeah.
down to kiss, let me know, Obi-Wan. I'm the one you need to be kissing. And Obi's like, yeah, well, if I decide to, I'll give you a call. This account says I don't usually tag authors in my tweets, but I hope the author, this is the author, sees how many people she's making happy with the book Padawan. The author of the book responds, thank you so much. It was such a genuine honor to get to write part of Obi-Wan's story. So this is canon now. Uh,
Canon.
Disney canon, Queer Watch says, "You really shot for the stars. Not only with the amazing representation on scale, I didn't think you'd get away with, but it's also very well handled part of Obi-Wan's character development." Author responds, "The book team is incredible and supportive, and I loved working with them. Here's to many more." So there's a lot in this book, but there is that one section where a certain group of Star Wars fans are leaping for joy because Obi-Wan Kenobi appears to be bisexual. Is that important?
Can I lose all of my subscribers here for a second?
Well, it's my channel, so
So for me, it's kind of a double-edged blade, right? Because I personally don't have an issue at all with anybody if they're in the LGBT community and you're having fun, you're enjoying your life, you found love, you found happiness. Good for you, man.
couldn't agree more.
That's all anything a human could ever ask for on this planet. Having said that, the only thing that drives me nuts is that you have an established character, and I always ask myself, WWGS, what would George say? Right? What would George say about this? And I really have to kind of take a step back and try to think about the story as a whole. I realize that they're writing kind of an offshoot for a character and they're pandering to their audience, which is great. I hope they're enjoying it. But you have to realize the consequences of any time that you take an established character and you inject modern day politics. And I'm not saying being bisexual is a modern day thing at all. If you look at the ancient Romans, this is something that's been going on for a very, very long time. But there has never been anything stated at any point in anywhere in Star Wars canon that would suggest that Obi-Wan Kenobi was in any way bisexual, gay, whatever the case may be. And so it's a detraction instead of an addition for Obi-Wan. It's like, why are we changing this character? Because it is very clearly a reference or a pandering to a modern day audience. Because if it was something that was important, it would have happened in 77. It would have happened in 80. It would have happened in 2005. It should have already been there if that was something that was important, but it's not important. It's just a pander.
Times have changed.
It's
and
a
we
pander.
Need representation.
It's a pander. That's the thing. It's just a pander. And I haven't read the book, so I can't judge the book on its entire quality. But I mean, if this is the only thing that anytime something like this comes out, it's the only thing that people look at, which is fine. But it's not necessary, I guess would be the point. But for some folks, I guess they feel like it's the only thing that makes a book good. So
it's just, for me, it's like, I don't really watch a movie and go, I wonder if Chewbacca, I wonder what his sexual orientation is.
Do you think Batman likes dudes?
I mean, it's just like, it never, like, I just want a good story. And now, like, exactly like you said, after all these years, they made Lando Calrissian pansexual, and they're not hiding it. They've made other characters. They just kind of like Grand Moff talking like, oh yeah, by the way, he's gay. And it's like, why? I don't even care. Like why is that an issue today? Like you said. And now it's like, hey, your beloved Obi-Wan Kenobi, he's bisexual. Just thought y'all should know that. He was questioning feelings.
I don't have a problem with representation in movies. I really don't. I don't at all. If it makes sense and it makes sense to the story, absolutely.
Agree more.
Just when it's forced into something and when it hits you, you think about it. You're like, that doesn't make sense to me. Why would this person be doing that? That's when it takes you out of the story. And that's when I immediately throw up my flag and I say, this is pandering. This is not something that's a part of good storytelling. This is pandering. There's nothing genuine about what's going on here. This is just pandering. Somebody's throwing this in here as a flag so that somebody on Twitter will go, oh my God, look at this book. And then more people will buy it. It's not genuine. It may be genuine to them, but to the eye of the reader, it just looks the same. It looks the same as every other amount of pandering that we've seen in thousands of other projects in pop culture, and it's frustrating for me.
My thing is that they constantly take legacy characters to use them for a specific purpose. Like Obi-Wan Kenobi. We'll take the series. It seems that they use Kenobi's name to push a brand new character, Riva. I feel, maybe not everyone feels this way. They use Luke Skywalker to prep up Rey. They use Kenobi to prep up Riva. So they're using these legacy characters to push what they want out there. Now it's like they'll just take the legacy characters that we've already had years of books, movies, and stuff, and just change their personality dynamics and everything, and just say, nah, this is who they really are. After all these years of us reading stories, watching movies, understanding the character, knowing what they are, even fan films and stuff, even the fan films get their characters right, and it's just like, nope, this is who they are. So just wanted you to know that. We just
It's
kind
a
of,
problem, man.
yeah,
We know who they are.
yeah.
You can't fool a Star Wars fan. We know who these characters are. And so when you see, I mean, it'd be like me walking up to you, Jay, in a street, and you have a fillet of fish and you throw it on the ground. You're like, I hate fillet of fish. I'm like, I know that that's not true.
Yeah.
There's something wrong here. There's a problem with the picture. You can't fool Star Wars fans. And no matter how many times you send out tweets and false signal and try to make us believe that we're bad people for not enjoying what you're putting out, it doesn't change the fact that there is an issue here.
So right here from Slash Films, they do a huge review of this book. And again, it will be spoiled. So if you don't want to be spoiled, stop watching now, okay? I don't want to read any comments in the comment section saying, Jake, you spoiled the book for me, okay? Stop watching the video now. But I'll go through this really quickly. Star Wars Padawan gives us a thrilling young Obi-Wan Kenobi adventure. Now, this book talks about how his first interaction with Qui-Gon Jinn. And the book says that Qui-Gon Jinn did not want Obi-Wan as an
Are you
apprentice.
calling him Qui-Gon Jim?
Did I say that?
Like a Slim Jim?
Gin, like a drink.
There it is. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Sorry. I probably said Jim. Sorry.
You said Jim like 3 times.
Yeah, I did. You got me on that one. I'm just gonna leave it in. Whatever. I need to be
Please
called out
leave
for
it
my
in. Please leave it in.
for my terrible Star Wars name. Qui-Gon Jinn,
Boom.
when he discovers the mystery in the Jedi Temple left by the long-dead Jedi Wayseeker. Now, here it is here. Orla Jireni. Forgive me, I'm going to butcher all these names. Now, this is where the tie-in happens, because this book ties in directly to the High Republic. So this is how they're using Obi-Wan Kenobi to tie in the High Republic now into the rest of Star Wars. Everybody with me?
Well, I mean, it is Star Wars. It's canon now. Disney Star Wars.
I'm just saying, it used to be like, this is the High Republic here. It's the Star Cruiser over here.
It's kind of sectionalized, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like, these are the stories from long ago.
Compartmentalized, yeah.
Here's like Mando verses over here. Here's like, Lucas verse stuff over here. And now it's like, hey, we need to like connect the dots. So why not use Obi-Wan Kenobi to connect the High Republic? The High Republic is all connected to the Star Cruiser. The Star Cruiser connected to Kenobi. Then there's Riva. Then there's the original trilogy. And then now it's a big mess. All right, it's a big mess. So that's the primary of this book, is like connecting everything. And then you get stuff about Qui-Gon. He's like, Qui-Gon here mentions being fascinated by the Wayseekers at one point, which makes sense. First, it implies that the Wayseekers aren't something that the Jedi can be in the era this novel is set. Second, it implies that Qui-Gon very much could have been one if he could. Wayseekers were Jedi that operated independently of the Jedi Council. And, I lost my place. And dictates of the order. All right. Finding their own way through the Force and the galaxy. So basically, solo Jedi that don't listen to the Council.
That makes sense for Qui-Gon.
Yeah.
He's 100% the Jedi that would do that, and he had his own battles with the Council anyway. So okay, here's where I'm like, okay, what's next?
Yeah. See. All right. Not bad. Something that plays as a revelation in the book, or at least to Obi-Wan Kenobi himself, is that Qui-Gon did not choose the boy to be his Padawan. Master Yoda actually assigned Obi-Wan to Qui-Gon. When Qui-Gon discovered this, he questioned his faith in his future as a Jedi, especially since Qui-Gon is impossibly aloof and seems disinterested in training the boy, merely meditating his way through it, half asleep.
Also, actually accurate.
Yeah. So that kind of ties into the prequels, things like that. The next is Dex.
Oh, they didn't touch Dex, did they? Don't touch my boy Dex. Do not touch my boy Dex.
He's touched with open arms.
No, not my boy Dex. You can have Obi-Wan. Don't touch Dex.
The book is filled with firsts for Obi-Wan Kenobi, but none the more satisfying is the first meeting between Obi-Wan and his old friend Dexter. As Obi-Wan Kenobi is stranded on the planet working to unravel its mysteries, a mining ship arrives. The man who hired the mining vessel is intent on mining the secret source of power on the planet and leaving the kids for dead, even though they regard him as uncle. Obi-Wan and Dex find themselves on opposite sides briefly, but the two of them develop a fast friendship. Through the course of the book, the pair of them learn and rely on each other, and Dex even finds himself in Obi-Wan's debt. So now we get the first appearance of Dex. So the verdict is, of course, slash film. I knew they would love it because they love all things Star Wars. So they just said it's great. And so there's that. But that again, Obi-Wan ties into the High Republic. And they're trying to make that as relevant as possible by using anything as possible. And if you haven't seen this already, here is a clip of the High Republic people speaking about a legacy character. Have you seen this clip?
No, maybe. I probably sent it to you.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, it just boils down to Star Wars is for everybody. And if you're not reflecting the people you see in the real world in your fantasy worlds, there's a problem. And I think it was really great that thank you. Let's clap for diversity. And dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs, yes.
But I just think it's like, that was for me the most exciting thing is because, you know, as a kid, I got Lando. And then I got Mace Windu. Like, Mace Windu was solid. At least he was a Jedi instead of like a guy who was just trying to get into Leia's trousers. But like, I love Lando, you guys. I wrote a book. But yeah, so like, I think it's just really nice to be able to include the people I know and love in my life and give them a character that reflects their identities as well.
Lando. We got Lando.
Justina Ireland is a virus. She's on par with like swine flu. I hate Justina Ireland.
Whew, that's some strong words, man.
I hate her.
But
and
this is
I actually
High
did
Republic
send you
writers.
that clip. I sent you that clip. It was for light diversity in dinosaurs. Like, fuck off. Please.
Lando just wanted to get in a girl's trousers. That's what I think of your legacy character. Mace was kind of cool. At least he was a Jedi. I was just like, wow, no respect, man.
It's called hubris. She is full of hubris.
But these are the ones writing these books, bro. They're all friends.
I know.
They're all together.
Yep. Yep.
That's what I'm saying. Yay for diversity and inclusion.
And dinosaurs.
We'll
Get me
catch
out
you
of
next
here.
time.